Hello and welcome guys to another video on our channel. I just arrived at home after the finals. I'm now home for like 2 hours. I live in Germany, so I didn't have to travel far from Düsseldorf. And today I just wanted to speak freely about my experience I had at finals, because I feel like it's overdue. Or I want to say something basically about this whole event. The good, the bad, and the ugly, you could call it, right? So first of all, to get this off my chest, I didn't perform well that weekend. I did not, brother. I went 4-4 with Arinsu. I made some changes that worked in testing pretty well, but didn't in the event. I feel like finals is a whole nother level compared to regional, especially since we had 144 players in 8 rounds. And I feel like for me personally, I'm done after 6 rounds. I think rounds 7 and 8 are pretty annoying to play, to be honest. It's exhaustive, especially in a card game like Masters, where there is so much interaction, where your leader does basically so many things. That is like, it's like crazy. However, at the end of the day, it's also a card game, right? We need to remember that you can't see your perfect hand every turn. You need to remember that you can't see your side deck cards every game you need it, and sometimes your opponent will draw 3 super combos and you just see 1 throughout the whole game, or he will immediately see secret on curve and you're having it in your last life. It's a card game at the end, and so you will always have events where you perform pretty well and awesome, but there will be some events where you just horribly fail. And this was one of those events, right? I still believe in the deck. I still believe in my abilities as a pilot for the deck. But the day was not it, I feel like. Congratulations, by the way, to all the guys topping in top 16. Also congratulations to Mirko, one of our teammates, getting top 16 with Pan Xeno, which was very, very cool. And I'm pretty proud of you. Also, a huge shout out to David from the UK guys for topping, for Yvonne for winning that thing, to the French guys, Alex to top, to my fellow Arinsu player also topping. Shout out to all of you guys, you performed amazingly well this weekend. Let's maybe go to the bad now, to the really bad, because I don't want to take everything good in before. This tournament was the worst tournament I was ever a part of. This is not because of the players. This is not because of the judges. It's not even about the staff. It's about the tournament organizer. CL International or CI International were the ones hosting the event, so the TO. They were also hosting the event in Utrecht. In Utrecht it was fine. This time it was horrible. So we arrived on Friday evening and we just wanted to check in. I could see the trauma in the eyes of the staff members trying to figure out where everybody needs to check in. And they were standing there for the whole day because in One Piece and Fusion World they had ACQ. I heard that the LCQ started like 3 to 4 hours late on Friday. No judge was informed about anything. No staff member was informed about anything. And this not knowing of anything continued. It continued to Saturday, when the venue opened at, I don't know, 8, and it really opened up at 8:45, and then you need to let in 2,000 to 4,000 people, and they had 4 really small entrances. At the beginning they tried to check the bags, but obviously they couldn't. The tournament should have started 9:30. We were starting 10 to 10:30. It was horrible. There was a shop where you could buy products like the last year, like a One Piece binder, a Fusion World binder. At the beginning, they told everybody you can go in line, then they had to close it at some point because the security risk was too high. There were just too many players there. And then for Sunday, they made a lottery happen. So you could go in the lottery in your app and you could register for a time slot. And then if you were lucky enough, you could buy product, but only 1 product of each, and only what is left, basically, right? We know that One Piece has a huge scalper community because people are willing to spend X amount of money. And I think that this was one of the points which was horrible. Again, if you're a TO, you should know this. Why just having 1 shop? Why not like 2 to 3? I don't get it. I seriously don't get it. Let's talk about tables. Masters players, so we were 144 players. Really cool number for European finals. I really love that. We had like not 1 or 2 lines of tables, but the tables were separated in areas. So sometimes if your number or if you're sitting on the higher tables, you needed to change, like you needed to walk a little bit of distance, and it was really confusing because you couldn't tell where does the other area start in numbers and where is the one area starting or ending in numbers, right? So you would a little bit shift between this and that, and this was like also really, really annoying. The whole event in itself, like how the pricing worked, we got participation in the beginning, which was very cool. And then after the event was finished, everybody was like, where's our pricing? We don't know. Later on, they gave us a booth and they handed out pricing. This was handled well. But I heard from the top 16 guys that the top 16 pricing is missing. So the Freezer is missing and the Vegeta Alter Leader are missing. They are just not there. They got their playmats, they got the first, second, and third place stuff, but the top 16 stuff is just missing. I went there with Mirko after he unfortunately lost to Alex in the top 8 match. And they didn't even know that they get pricing. And they were like, yeah, get it behind there. And then they went behind there, like to 2 or 3 separate lines. And they were telling them like, we don't know, we are not informed. And this happened throughout the whole event. Again, I don't want to call out the judges or the staff. I don't think that it's their responsibility to know everything. Sorry. It was an exhaustive weekend. But you, as a TO, have to take care that your staff knows stuff. So you, as an event organizer, have to step up. You have to distribute the knowledge among your staffs or among your judges. You have to tell them where everything is, prepare everything. This was just horrible. This was, like I said, my worst tournament experience ever. And brother, let me tell you, I went through some tournaments with like 2-hour lunch breaks and 6 rounds of Swiss, which was horrible. I went through one tournament where you sit in a container freezing to death because it was winter. I already had bad experiences, but this was horrible compared to last year's finals and to the finals the year before. Everything about it was handled worse than you could have ever imagined. I think also the staff will never do it again, or the judges. I don't think if they will do it ever again, because I could see them just being stressed, overwhelmed, not informed enough, annoyed also, right? Which is totally normal. If people come to you, ask where everything is, and you tell them for the 10th time, I don't fucking know anything. So this was really horrible. CL International, if somebody of the responsible guys sees this, I'm really sorry, this was horrible, horribly done. If you do something like this in the future, please try to adapt. Please try to inform your staff beforehand with enough time. Make sure that if you have 4,000 people coming in, don't just have like 4 small entrances. And maybe open up a little bit earlier if you're thinking you want to start at 9:30, but you're just opening up at 8:45. You can't blame judges and staff for that. It's your responsibility to inform them and to get them on board, basically. Especially because every other organizer can do it. I don't want to have a European play TCG. I don't want to have this. I heard that they even stepped up their game and are probably better than the European finals. Oh, only good thing is we got a little Bandai badge. This was cool. I heard that the American guys did not get this. This was cool. Then let's talk about people, because I ranted too much. People were awesome. I feel like every time I'm going to a tournament, I'm getting more connected to the whole community, which to me is awesome. I met the UK guys again. Obviously, we went there with our team, right? I know them. I met some of the Spanish guys, talked to them a little bit more. I not really talked to the French guys, but we shaked hands and greeted each other. And you always see the same people. I had some nice talks with people I didn't know before. Also, the Arinsu player Topping, I beat him in Karlsruhe on 3-Han. He was not playing the deck well in Karlsruhe, and he had such a steep learning curve. It's really awesome to see players perform well and getting better on decks. It's so nice. The traveling itself was nice. I live in Germany. For me, it was like 4 hours with public transport. most chill finals I ever had, to be honest, when it comes to traveling. And then like connecting to all the people. I mean, a huge shout out to all of my teammates. Huge shout out to T-2 and to Peter Dance. So I don't miss any of the UK guys, basically. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, to play against you, even though we didn't this weekend, or to trade with you. Also, congrats to Gio again for his top 8 performance. And then, yeah, everybody else who's there, basically. I had nice games. I noticed that people are annoyed by Arinsu. I can understand that, because Arinsu is a deck that takes value off of you, while other decks are better at making value. I think the closest you can get to Arinsu in terms of being annoying is Prismatic Gogeta at the moment, because the offering is also like ripping you values away, or at least you feel like you're the one responsible for them drawing 2, because you didn't want to create a life, so this can also be annoying. I still had nice games with my opponents. Like I said, I didn't perform well at the day. I was not that concentrated. I didn't see my side pieces at the correct amount at the correct time. I also had one round of mirror. I didn't know how to play the mirror match. My opponent did know how to play the mirror match, and he saw his secret on curve beast, which helped him a lot since I didn't see my secret in the correct time, basically. I could not respond to that at all. Yeah, it is what it is. So how will the future look like after that event? I feel like Dragon Ball Masters has still a huge potential, and I mean, we won't see many new players coming to our game, let's be real, right? We are a small community, especially in Europe. Still 144 players is a lot. I don't know if it's even more than last year, to be honest. So this is a good sign, at least we're not getting fewer numbers. I had this fear when I looked at regionals and I saw like numbers of 32 to 40. But I think this is more due to traveling being expensive nowadays, right? Everything is expensive nowadays, especially in Europe, and we can feel it everywhere. So we are like very, hesitant to travel to every regional, right? I wish for Bandai that they bring back online regionals. I know that they don't like to do it, but this would help people from the Polish community, for example, or from the Danish community, or from the more Eastern European community to stay in the game and to still get their pricing, right? This would help a lot. In person, I think is always nicer, but it's a nice substitute to also have them at least like 2 times per season, right? And the season is like, what, 4 months? So they should do that. We will also get new product, and I'm very hyped for that. And this is the funny thing. This was the biggest bait they had at the event. They had like, I think, 3 of these glass containers. In 2 of them, they had like the trophies from Fusion World 1, 2, 3 and Masters 1, 2, 3. In the last one, they had a display of BT29 with boosted in it. I looked at this glass thing, and you could just easily lift up the top thing. There were no screws in it. You could just lift it up and then take a booster out of it. Let me tell you, I was so close to doing that, but I'm too fucking scared. I was like, well, this could be the choice to finally get some fucking reveals. Bandai, get your shit done, please. Coming back to that, I think we have a great future in front of us. We won't have any winter depression because we have nothing to do. We have an event in February with the Master Cup. We have a set coming out basically 2nd of January, and we have French finals at the beginning of February. So at least there are some events until April, which is cool. I know that last year we had also some regionals in February and March, and we're getting like Season 2 rewards from the year before for that. So I'm also hoping on that. I also hope that they will reveal the next season soonish. Maybe even this year, so that we know what the pricing will look like. Oh, by the way, my thing for the year 2026, I want to be a judge. I've never been a judge. And at the moment you get, for the new TP, the Gohan Floodgate for my 300 deck. And I want that in event judge rarity. And I always wanted to judge, and I feel like now is the perfect time. So I will definitely want to judge one event in the first half of the year. Let's see what comes up and what is doable for me. Yeah, we have product. We have nice reprint TPs. We have confirmed sets until BT31. And I think we will have a nice competitive season again. So I'm really looking forward to everything that is and will be Dragon Ball Masters. I really love the community, and I would just love to connect to you in the future as well. This is it. Like I said, there is no big thing in here besides like TO bad. Please be better. And please never this TO again, at least not for finals. Please not. He seemed to be very overwhelmed, or they seem to be very overwhelmed. I love the community. I love the card game. I wish all of you, in case we didn't hear from each other, Merry Christmas. Great start in the new year. And see you guys.